Testing, 1, 2, 3. Towering above y'all, what do I see? Unmissable, miss it, and we can't excuse ya, cause you can't overlook a stand-up bambooza. Amuse ya, do I, with my horticultural pretensions, taking down the mainstream MGs and extensions. Canes, higher than a hamster on crack. I'ma cut one down, then I'ma drag it back. Don't like bamboo, this will insult ya, cause this grass is the king of permaculture. Plants, do a bamboo dance.
D to the G, D to the.
Get up in the morning time, making biscuits. Get up in the middle of a new day, biscuits. It's stuck in the tree. Way up there. And it's kind of crammed in down there too. Well, I took you guys down here because I wanted you to see his amazing stand of bamboo. I'm not sure if this is the regular old common bamboo or what. It's a clumping variety. It doesn't go very far. Likes to live by the river. There's lots of it around kind of in patches here and there along the riversides. But I honestly don't know what variety it is. I can't figure it out. I'm not a bamboo expert. But I love the utility of bamboo, and I want to bring some back to the homestead. We just have to figure out how to get it out of that tree. Okay, let go. Okay, you can stop filming. This is just annoying now. There we go. Good. Now we can get it out of the tree. It's going to be a really long pan. I'm going to make people watch every second of it. And then I'll run it again in slow motion. Yeah. It's gonna be a really long pan. I'm gonna make people watch every second of it. And then I'll run it again in slow motion.
Okay.
Okay. Now with bamboo, you want to make sure you use the older canes because the younger ones haven't hardened off as much. They get stronger as they get older and they age. They lignify, I think is the proper term. And so what I did is I picked this one towards the edge, which was older and duller and not as pretty and bright green as the other ones, because it looked like, yeah, that's an old one. It should have some good strong wood to it. And I'm just going to saw this top off. This is a nice piece actually on the top, but it's going to take a lot of cleanup, and I don't really fancy on dragging. I mean, this thing is, I'm looking 30 feet that way, or 10 or 20 that way. It's probably a 50-foot piece of bamboo. Pretty impressive, huh? And it's only like 1 minute's walk from our property, this big stand of bamboo. This is basically community bamboo. And there's another one right there, which you guys can't see at the moment. So I'm just going to clean it up and drag it. It's actually not that hard to move. They're not that heavy because they're hollow. But I'll have lots of bamboo to do whatever the heck I want with. I just want it up there instead of down here. There we go. Look at this right here. Can you see that? That is an epiphyte. It's actually in the bromeliad family. It's called an air plant. You'll often see them if you ever go to Florida on vacation. You stop at those little tourist traps. They have little refrigerator magnets where these guys are growing in shells and that sort of thing. And they grow way up. This one was way up there. Probably 40 feet or more. Kind of cool. Same family as pineapples, actually. But it doesn't make anything edible. Decided this thing is too long to drag through the woods. I keep getting bound up on vines and stuff, and it's just heavy. So I'm just going to cut it in half. I paced it out. It's about 53 feet. I don't think I need a 53-foot pole of bamboo. I'm going to take it in half, and I'll get the other half later. I think it's unfortunate that bamboo has a bad reputation. I mean, I remember when I lived in Tennessee, this friend of mine had some bamboo growing along the edge of her yard. And it was a running type. And the running types can show up, 15 or 20 feet away from where you plant them. And so, when you say bamboo, why don't you plant some bamboo? It's so useful. People think, oh no, not that stuff. That's so hard to get rid of, and it'll just poke holes in your driveway and that kind of thing. Whereas, I mean, it's really incredibly useful. You think you can make fishing poles out of it. I could cut this up and make cups out of it by cutting the joints out. Drinking cups or containers. I could put poison arrows in it and make a little, there's so many things you could do with it. It's really good in the garden. It's good for building. A friend of mine here made his greenhouse entirely out of bamboo that he cut by the river. So he didn't pay anything for the framing of his greenhouse. Put some bamboo together, tied it up, covered it over with some plastic, and he had a greenhouse area for starting his seedlings, keeping them out of the pounding rain. Here you don't need a greenhouse to keep things warm. Here you need it to keep the monsoons from knocking your plants into the ground. So, bamboo is like, there's all different varieties. Like, I want to plant some varieties. I'm not going to put the huge ones on my property because I only have a half an acre and I could just come down here and help myself. But I want to put a bunch of the smaller varieties because I can always use stakes and hot dog skewers, and you can make all kinds of stuff out of them. So, I mean, I've even made like a tobacco pipe out of pieces of bamboo. You get a little thin piece for the stem, and you get another joint piece on one that's about 1 inch across, and then you cut it, let it dry, pop it together, and you've got like a great little tobacco pipe, and it tastes sweet like a corncob pipe. So, I mean, I think it was Paul Wheaton that said bamboo was the king of permaculture plants. And I think so. I mean, it's got a zillion uses. And, you know, I think we're very fortunate to have it here. And even if you're in a temperate climate, there are usually bamboos you can grow. You just want to stick to the clumping type that won't run all over the place, unless you really want to fight with a running type. I had a running type, but I'm not a normal person. So, you know, I would plant a clumping type so you can keep it where you want it, and then you can harvest canes as you wish and do a bazillion things with them. If you do any kind of handicrafts, man, you want some bamboo. It's also good biomass. You could take it and make biochar out of it. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. So anyhow, just some ideas. Love bamboo. I'm going to drag this back up to the homestead. So thanks for joining me, and until next time, may your thumbs always be green.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Towering above y'all, what do I see? Unmissable, miss it, and we can't excuse ya. Cause you can't overlook a stand-up bambooza. Amuse ya, do I, with my horticultural pretensions. Taking down the mainstream MGs and extensions.
Do you throw banana peels in the trash? Are your coffee grounds also being thrown in the trash? Do you compost ham? Are you sick and tired of all the rules about composting? Do you wish you could compost in a super easy way? And stop throwing things in a landfill? And stop being a terrible person? Click on the link below and sign up and get my new composting booklet, which shows you how to compost easily and simply with hardly any work at all. It's insane how easy it is because it follows natural principles. Sign up now. Quantities are not limited.